Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man, and what we have here is a Consew 220. It's a high-speed, self-oiling garment machine. Now, people will get these used, then they'll want to use them for upholstery. That's fine. It'll sew some heavy upholstery, but you're limited by the size of the thread. You can sew some real heavy stuff with this, even get a leather needle and sew light leather. But the diameter of the thread, just like on a household machine, this is not an upholstery machine. An upholstery machine is designed for 69 nylon. Some of them have thread openers to make the bobbin case open wide. This has the setup for factory stitching with machine thread that's just like all-purpose dual duty, maybe a little bit heavier you can get away with, but you'll know what it can do when you try it. If you think you're going to run something, give it a whirl. It might work. Some of these machines are freaks. They have the side load, but it's a full rotary, and it takes a full rotary bobbin. Let's see if I can find the right one that came out of this one. It takes a full rotary bobbin, and it loads just like a 15 class bobbin with the opening facing you. There's the slot, right? Where's it at? Right there. There's the slot. So what you do is you make sure the bobbin is turning clockwise. You find the slot, take it through the slot, out, up the top, and don't hold on to the bobbin. Give it a tug, and you'll feel a pretty good resistance. Not a lot, not a little. It's a Goldilocks thing, just right. So you'll adjust that on the bottom and the top. Once you get them balanced, they don't get out much. A lot of times you'll get thread built up between there and you'll get an aberration that way. But mostly having them threaded right, you know, lift the presser foot up, spread the disc apart, take it around behind the spring, onto the bar, right to left through the take up, thread guide, thread guide, thread guide, left to right, outside in. And it takes I'm doing this for my customer to help her out, service it for her. She needs to know this stuff. It takes a 16X, DBX1. See if we can get the light on this a little bit better. I got a light. I got lots of light. Let's get some light on the subject here. 16X 231, 16X 257. This is a size 14, but DBX 257. Oh, that's the same needle, just different people put different configurations on it. There is no flat side. It's round on the top, which means it'll go in there like the degrees on a compass, points on the compass. It'll go 360 different ways, but you want it to go in with the long groove on the left and the notch on the right, right above the eye. There's a notch called the scarf, but the thread comes in on the long groove side, which is on the left, outside in. Put the threads to the rear underneath, turn the hand wheel towards you, it'll pick those up. Now up here on top, this is how much pressure is applied to the presser foot. For heavier stuff, you might push it down. For lighter, you might turn it left. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty to put your pressure on. And this is your stitch length over here. It doesn't have a knob or reverse, anything like that. It's built into the hand wheel, and there's a button up here on the right-hand side. See that button right there? You push that button down, and that hold the pressure on it, and when you get to where the actual thread, the stitch count is rather, it's not 8, see it's not dropping, it's not 10, ooh, right about there. See, it drops down in. That's when you know you're at 10 stitches per inch, which is where most of your garments are made in the factory. And as long as you hold this button down when it's in that notch, you can make the stitches real tiny or real long. We're gonna put it on 10 stitches per inch. That'll pop back up. And then that's what you'll be making, 10 stitches per inch. That's how you set the stitch length on it. Okay, and you have 3 holes here. People ask me which one should you use. Any of them you want. That's called color pretension, keeps things from jumping around and getting crazy. And your bobbins will come for this machine. They'll come in different colors. People ask me these questions. That's why I answer them in advance. Sometimes they'll have the holes. Sometimes they'll be solid like this. The solid ones will always look like this. They'll fit in the bobbin case without sticking out. Sometimes they're shiny, sometimes they're black, but different people make them in different configuration. But it takes a rotary hook, rotary bobbin, standard thread. Don't get too heavy with it. You can get different pressure feet to do different things. It's a pretty versatile machine. Now you can see this as a Consew. There's a screw here and screw here. And like I've told you back in the day, you take this off, you put another name on, You could say Taxo, which is Tacony. You can say Glaco, which is Glass Corporation. There's a lot of different names can be on here. The Jukies say Juki, and they're genuine Jukis, but a lot of the other ones, this is made in Japan. It's quality stuff. If you can get one of these, it doesn't have a reverse. That's going to be a problem. It's like an old Black Singer, no reverse. But when they got the reverses on, that's when the Juki 555 came to the fore. And if you can get one of those, that's your first choice. If you can see one of these sitting somewhere in a stand with a good motor on it, fired up, make sure the motor doesn't squeal at you and make all sorts of crazy bad vibrations with the bearings. If it's a nice quiet motor, you can get one of these in a nice stand that's not trash. You can get it for a couple $100. Nice machines, no reverse. If you can get a Juki 555 for that, now you're talking. Then you have to pay a little bit more, but that's the Mac Daddy. That's the one you want to have. But this is a good little machine. Consew, no reverse, made Japan, quality stuff. Self-oiler, high speeds, designed to run 3 8-hour shifts a day, wide open for piecework. Consew 220. Thanks.